Hello and welcome to Flory Models Friday Roundup Show. Here we are with you on the 16th of August 2024 and a week that has just been horrendous. Literally, I've only been here half the time to get on with it all. It's just one of those things. Like Monday morning, I had an appointment down in Cornwall, so I was doing that. Monday afternoon, I had to go and see the dentist because I managed to break off one of my teeth. Over the course of the weekend. Big thank you for them for seeing me same day and getting me sorted the same day and all the rest of it. So I was getting that one done. And then on Tuesday, Tam's had to have a small operation. So he was in hospital basically all day with that one, making sure she's okay. She's fine, by the way, everyone. She's all good. She's now resting and recovering. And as I say, we're going on holiday soon, so she'll be fine with that one. So that's all gone very well. And then Wednesday, I did manage to get pretty much a full day down in here as well. So I was doing things with the wash, manufacturing the wash and labelling and stuff like that. Also got quite a bit done onto the actual Halifax, as you can see. And we got some of the reviews sort of recorded. So that was that one. And then Thursday, to be honest, Thursday all afternoon. That's why there was no live show last night at a funeral. So I was at that one, and then this morning as well I was down seeing a solicitor sorting out some paperwork and horrible things that you have to do with them. So as you see, quite a busy week, and I'm amazed to say we've pushed on very nicely with the Halifax. We've got a bit done with the Corsair. The Corsair's into primer, and the white work for all the little bits and pieces and all the rest of it is all done as well. So it's going to get another white coat onto this one on the bottom, and then this one will be ready. So again, lots coming over. So we're with you over the weekend as well, and I'm going to be pushing on all weekend to get these basically finished off and done before I go away next Friday. All right, so not tomorrow or not today, but obviously next Saturday I fly out and I'm away off on holiday for a week. So it'll be nothing, but I am going to leave you with lots. Don't panic, everybody. And again, we've had some great reviews done this week, which we'll talk about in a moment. Anyway, all started on Monday. Part 3 of the Corsair going up there on this particular one. So again, we were talking about filling gaps and going through. So we put some styrene filler down in here, and then we just basically cut off the excess, quick sand over, and then it's done, all nicely tidied up. And then obviously went through the motions of like rescribing, re-riveting, things like that. Getting the wings to go on, which isn't pretty straightforward. It's not that straightforward, it takes a little bit. Rescribing as well, so we spoke about this on another show, but just a quick recap onto this one. We're doing this, getting the rescribing on, and then masking up the clear parts. And again, purely the age of the kit, the actual framing is a little bit soft. It's a little bit difficult to follow, shall we say, by just putting the traditional bit of tape down and then drawing around and then cutting it out. So we did the old thin little skinny technique to just do all the framing, and then obviously once that's done, we just filled it in with a little bit of mask tape and we got those fitted on. I must say, I did use the Ultra Glue from Ammo. And it sticks really, really well. It's good stuff, that. Quite like that. So anyway, that one's down in there just like that. So anyway, that completes off that build. On the actual Corsair, members, you can go off and see that one. That is up with you right now. And then on Tuesday, we had the vlog up there as well for the members, and we were talking about bits and pieces on this particular one. So we were talking about obviously doing freehand camo. Obviously, you're going to get all these video parts over the course of the next couple of weeks. But basically, we were going around talking about the camo, talking about how I changed the colour slightly on these engines as well, because obviously before they were very silvery and I wanted them more brassy. And we're going to do some things with weathering them down and stuff like that as well. So we were going through the motions of talking about that one, and then really talking about the Corsair, how the Corsair is coming along, and everything in between on that particular one. So members, you can go off and see that one. That was your Tuesday daily vlog up there on there. Then on Wednesday, pushing on, obviously, you can see with the Halifax, we managed to get the decals onto it, and we've got it onto its gear now and all the various stuff that goes with it. So we had the Halifax coming along very, very nicely on that particular build, and we were talking about that. And also we had the first of the reviews go up this week as well for the A10. So this is for the brand new Great Wall Hobbies A10. You know, to be honest, it's really very, very nice. And now we've got the A version coming out as well. It's just been released. So it's very, very nice as well. So members, you saw all of this a little bit earlier than everybody else, but it is now up on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch that one, and it's in our review section as well. So very, very nice. I do like the way that the underside is done, and this bigger look and things like that. So anyway, that is up there. You can just pop along, just go to the review section. It's up there free to watch now, and you can have a look all about it. But to be honest with you, the highlight for me is some of the riveting. The raised riveting around on this particular kit is absolutely beautiful. I know a lot was said at the early days about it, especially about the price, but obviously we had it discounted on the PM store as well quite heavily. So it put it down definitely into the price range of this one. And now the A version's coming out as well. I honestly think these are going to be the sort of definitive A and C versions of the Thunderbolt from anybody's out there. Accuracy wise, you know, as we spoke about in the review, the Tamiya one is legendary for being incredibly well accurate, where all the others are a little bit. Yeah, definitely very, very nice kit. The only thing I was taken aback though, no slide molded weapons. It's just bags of weapons that you got to put together. What happened? Great War Hobbies used to be sort of legendary for slide molding one-piece weapons and things, but no more. Anyway, full review. You can go off. You can see that one now. It is up on YouTube as well. Because I was out all day yesterday, I did put up the review as well for the SD 2342 Puma. Again, another Puma, like buses, around all the time at the moment. And again, nice kit. This one's obviously the fully detailed one as well, with the working gear and steering and all the rest of it. Looks very, very nice, and nice details in there, especially around the engine bay, driver's compartment, and obviously with the turret and things like that. And again, some nice little touches, like we've got a bag for the actual muzzle brake on the end, or you can have it without, 3D printed as well. So a nice touch, nice chunk of photo etch as well to go in there to do some of the aerials and various bits. Decals are all good, but generally it is typical of Ryfield. It's a nice, clean, sharp kit, nice molding right the way through. And again, you get a bag full of extras. So you've got a lot of stowage items for this one, as you can see. So we've got loads of stuff as well right the way through. Tires are rubber, but they look nice all the way through on that particular one. Very, very nice indeed. So anyway, you can go off, you can see that we're on review now. It is up in our review section, all right? And that gets us bang up to today. So part 10 of the actual Halifax is up with you today. Obviously, we get a little bit of black on there, checking around, making sure we're all good. We are very nicely, and obviously the riveting and panel lining was all good as well through the primer coats, and just making sure those engines are all seated nicely onto there. And then we went through doing the camo. So I wanted to show different ways of doing the camo. Recently you've seen me use templates and various ways. So this time we went a little bit old school, and we went tack worm on one wing. But to be honest, it takes quite a long time doing tackworm, and I'm a bit of a speed demon, and I prefer to hand paint anyway. So after that was down and done and looking very nice, the other wing we actually do freehand camo. To be honest, the rest of it we do freehand as well, and go right the way through on this particular one. And then we show about tidying up, cleaning up, and all the edges and stuff like that before it, and really start to push on very, very heavily with that particular one. So members, you can go off now. You can see that up there. That is part 10. You're going to get part 11 on Monday. I've got part 12 for you already down the line as well for you on Friday. And then, as I say, next week I'm going to be pushing very, very heavily with this one, and we'll be getting it finished and out of the way. So whilst I'm away from the sort of 24th onwards, then you'll get the completed build will go up as well. So it'll keep you busy whilst I'm not here. All right, for that one. And then last up for this week, we've got the Airacobra. Again, this is the Arma Hobbies one. Slightly disappointed. Again, it's one of those things. I've had a good look at the other kits as well. I might talk about this on tomorrow's live show if you want to join in for me for that one. To be honest, it's a nice kit. It's very, very good. But it just feel that after what was being produced for the 72nd Hurricanes, and then obviously what was being produced for the 48 scale Hurricanes and stuff like that, I just find this one really soft. Even the actual sprues are just more softly molded. There's sink marks in the sprues. This kit's got a little bit of flash on it and various things. And it's not as clean, as crisp, as sharp as we've seen on some of their older kits, shall we say. I say older, they've only been going a couple of years. I'm not saying this is a step back, but if you look at the quality even on the sprue, you can see the sink mark into the sprues. Luckily, it doesn't make its way onto the parts, but there is flash on the parts, and I had a few little bits of flash here and there with this one. You can probably see it just trailing edges, nothing big, nothing massive, but I just felt that it's not as hard and sharp. It seems to be softer plastic as well, and I've always said that it seems to be that as soon as you go through the softer plastics, things tend to get more flashy and and not quite as crisp. And I think they've definitely taken a little bit of a different path on this particular kit compared to the others. Don't get me wrong, it's still got beautiful markings down in here and various details going into it. So yeah, it is nice. It's just even with the instrument panel, it's very, very difficult to pick out the actual bezels and that. They are very softly done. And I know you've got a decal that's going to go right over it, but again, it just, I don't know. The sprue attachment points are quite big and chunky as well. It just looks like a slight step back. Clear parts, mega. Love them. Fantastic. Clean, crisp, sharp, no problems at all with it on that particular kit. But I just felt when I was comparing it as well, I got out the Hurricane kit after I did the review, and I just felt it was just a little bit soft. compared to some of their other stuff. But again, not to take away from what it is, it's clearly very, very nice, but clearly in the kit as well, there's more versions of that coming out as well. The way that it's been done structurally, different tails, things like that, tail planes, the gun barrels around the front and all the rest of it on the top of the actual well, it's not engine cover, is it? Forward panels here. There's different versions in there. I think it's 3 or 4 in the box as well. I just felt it's not as sharp and as nice as we've seen. As I say, when you look at the Hurricane in 72nd, it's mega. Luckily, the 48th one steps up quite nicely with it. This one's a bit, nah, don't know. Anyway, but all of that said, Fondair's Miniature Halifax, for people who keep asking me, what is it? This is what this is. It's the Fondair's Miniature one. We are now light at the end of the tunnel. You can see we've got the gear on, we've got the bomb bays on now, doors on, we've got the normal doors on. It's pretty nice. I've actually been working on the turrets. I've got the tail turret in there painted up and done as well. I've got to do the mid-upper turret as well. We've got to get that one sorted. But next up for this, I'm just playing with a little bit of silvering on the decals. It's always that thing when you're on black. They're okay. It's just I'm being picky now and I keep going, right, we're going to do that a little bit. So I did a little bit more on this morning just to make sure it's fine. And I've just done another bit on it this afternoon. So plan of action is over the weekend, I'm going to get a nice satin finish right the way over this. The decals themselves highlighted this particular kit because there's nothing wrong with them. They go down beautifully. Good colour and they're just great. And I put one in the wrong place and then I moved it 48 hours later and it moved. That's the nice thing to it. So yeah, it is very, very nice on this particular one. It's gone together really, really well now. Now we got past all that horrible stuff of adjusting it and making it right. Said before, no, it's not going to win any awards. No, it's not very accurate. It's wonky. One of the wings is definitely well out and the other one's, yeah, it's on. But at the end of the day, it's a 48 scale Halifax. And until Hong Kong models, you're watching this, I know, till you release yours, because clearly you're going to do it to me, like you did other stuff when I finish building one. You know, we are lumbered with this thing to do this one. But again, like we said before, a kit is what you make it. At the end of the day, if you put the hours in, tears, sweat, lots of swearing and things like that, if you can turn it around and then just get it into primer, the rest of it is just modeling like any other kit. It's just the construction work on these is a little bit more. And I get it. A lot of people have said to me, why do you bother with that? You know, literally, life's too short to build crap kits at the end of the day. But I like the challenge. I do enjoy the challenge. When I say I enjoy the challenge, I don't want to do it every day because that will drive me mad. But I do enjoy having a good go at these kits. And over the years, we've done some real bad kits and stuff like that and turned them out to be something really, really nice. And this, again, is another one of those exact kits. And it doesn't matter if you're an ace modeler or you're new to the hobby or you're just dawdling along with it and enjoying the hobby. At the end of the day, you make it to what you want it to be. So if you want to fix all these problems and redo it all and all the rest of it, then knock yourself out. Like a lot of people have said to me about, oh, you've riveted it, hasn't got rivets on it and all the rest of it. I've riveted it because I like it. I like it with the rivets on. I think it adds depth and texture to the paintwork onto the model itself and just the surface detail. Is it accurate? No, but I enjoy it. And at the end of the day, it's what this hobby's all about. It's what you enjoy. I'm building this for me, not for anybody else, although, all right, 3,000 subscribers as well. All right, we're building it together, everyone. But yes, so anyway, I do the painful stuff so you don't have to. But anyway, if you do fancy having a go, it's the Fondair Miniatures. Don't forget, you can pop over at any point, being a member or a non-member. Just go along to florymodels.org. You will be taken swiftly over to here. All right, there's so much that's free to watch and free to do on the site. All right, but to get hold of the builds and have a look, not only can you click in here and you can see all about it, but if you go to video builds, we've got full details of the builds that I'm doing. So every build I've done, well, all right, I've taken some of the really old ones off these days, but a lot of them are down in here as well. Some of them are free to watch, some of them aren't, all right, and all the rest of it. But if you click down in here on the Halifax, and then literally I've got a little bit of text running with each part of the video, but also you have got hundreds of photos showing all the details down in here as well. And they're all high-res photos that have been taken directly from the stream. God, do you remember that when it snapped? Those were the days. It seems ages ago now. But anyway, you can see all about it. Also, there's full details of the kits that I've done and obviously all the paints, glues and parts that I use on these particular ones as well. The full details are down in here. So again, I think there's roughly around about 100 video builds up there, which are members only ones. So if anybody can come in here, you can see those ones right the way through. And then don't forget, if you go into our classic builds, These are just the videos. There's no real detail to them, but I've got another, I don't know how many are in here as well. Another load of them are down in this one as well. So if you want to come in, you can watch any of these. They're all free to watch. And said before, don't forget tutorial section is free to watch as well. So if you're new to the hobby, you've got troubles, things like that, troubleshoot, especially with airbrushing, I've got videos that cover everything. So again, high res photos showing all this stuff right the way through, just like that. All right. And then also we've got the actual videos as well. So literally just pop down in here and you'll get a playlist of all the videos from literally basic planning your builds for doing it and bite sizes and everything down in here as well, talking about all the topics. So these are all about the construction side of it. And then if you come along, go back to tutorials, you've got ones obviously on basic airbrushing, we've got painting, weathering, and then obviously we've got airbrushing, the classic. These are the older videos, to be honest. And then we've got the quick set of tutorials, which are just small little tutorials that cover individual tips and tricks type areas, things like that as well. So we've got things about removing things from the parts and the various things and all the cleanup and weathering with oils. I've got ones down on making harnesses down in here. We've got ones about working with engines, all these different ones in here. So if you want to pop through and obviously chipping through layers and stuff like that, you can see all about these as well. All right. And they are all free to watch at any point down in there. Okay. Last up, PM models. Obviously it's back open now. It is up and running at its new premises, but it's still working at the old unit at the same time, and we'll continue to do that till the end. So we're not sort of shouting out about where we are and what we're doing yet, because to be honest, we are still fighting our way through the backlog of all the bits and pieces to do. That said though, we've got some great special offers up with you this week. So again, we've got the gorgeous Skyhawks. These are the 48 scale Hasegawa kits, reboxed by Hobby 2000. So obviously you get the cartograph decals and you get the die cut masks for them as well. So we've got some of the early ones there. We've got the B and the C type, beautiful markings for both of those ones as well. Then we've got the border models Spitfire that I did the review on last week as well at just £55 basically. We've got the Phantoms as well, the Zucamori ones in. And again, do you remember when they used to be like 85 quid? They were so expensive. But anyway, we've got them in now at a lot better price, and we've got them up on special again at just £57. So if you're into Phantoms, just go and get one. If you fancy something a bit tasty as well, we've got the Tall Boy or the Grand Slam Lancaster down in there as well, the 48 scale one, 20 quid basically off on that, and a few other deals down in here. Also, we got some of the Star Wars stuff. I thought, I know, perhaps some of the Star Wars stuff's actually been sold now, but we did have quite a few of the Star Wars stuff, but it looks like those gone. But as I say, we've got a few down in there as well. So we're going anyway, don't forget, you get all your bits and pieces down in here at any point on the specials area, right the way through over at your PM Models store as well. All right. And it doesn't stop there. So we're going to be back with you tomorrow, live show, 10 o'clock in the morning till midday. So if you'd like to come along and join us, chances are I'm going to be working on this little lump. So if you've got any questions about it, various things you want to know, you can hit me up live. Obviously, it'll be live on YouTube. Obviously, members, you'll get us through our live chat as well. And we can answer any of your questions, anything modeling related. I don't know quite who's on. Matt's on, definitely. I think John's working, but we'll see about the other guys, see if they're on as well and can join us for that particular show. So you can go off now, catch up with the bits on the Halifax, catch up with the bits on the Corsair. I've got these 3 reviews up for you for this week, so that should keep you going. So just a little bit of warning, I am on holiday from next Friday. So I'm not here for just over a week. I'm not going to get back really working until the Tuesday. All right, from that point of view. So if you've got any orders you want with Flory models, make sure you put them in between now and next Friday, because obviously you'll be closing the store. If you want to become a member or anything else like that, make sure you get all that sorted. So I'm not going anywhere, not that I haven't got internet, but I am on holiday and I don't really want to spend half of it doing emails and questions and things like that, because this will be the first holiday I've had proper one since 2015. So yeah, so it'd be nice to get away somewhere a bit sunny and nice, get a bit of a tan as well. So kick back and relax for a week. So anyway, you can catch up with this lot. Hopefully we'll catch up with you tomorrow. But in the meantime, here's the gallery from your great work in there from this week. There's only a few, but some really nice ones in there. So hang around and see that. And then hopefully I'll catch you all tomorrow live 10 o'clock.
Falling like I'm wasted.